Hey buds, Adam Baldwin here from the hallowed grounds of the Sonic Temple here in Halifax, Nova Scotia. Here we are again. Here goes nutting. Overture, curtains, lights. This is it, the night of nights. No more rehearsing or nursing the part. We know every part by heart. Overture, curtains, lights. This is it, the height of heights. And oh, what heights will hit. On with the show. This is it. New York City sunset. They said this city never sleeps. They tell you not to mind the freaks. And when David moved into Gracie and they gave Eddie the axe, you gotta love them Democrats, don't you? There's a couple on Fifth Avenue. They've been sparring for a while. I really hope they can reconcile. Really, what is there to fight about? What's another coat of fur? You really gotta feel for her. Yeah, some kids got shot on the 2 train, but that's half a world away. That'll teach those other youngsters with their noisy arcade games. Don't you bother me for change. Preachers on every corner. We got hustlers on every bus. That doesn't leave any room for us. Then those hookers took the theaters. They got a different kind of show. Oh man, you really ought to go. Trade Sailorn is back at 8H. Chevy's a movie man for hire. And at least we're rid of that Piscopo. His Sinatra bit was tired. And Norm MacDonald's just been fired. Scoundrels down on Wall Street dressing up like fatty cats. They turn their nose at us ratty packs. And if greed is good for me, then who am I to say I let them tuck all my money away? There's some dope sick ballerinas. They talk in circles with their friends. They just escaped from Juilliard. They're gonna pirouette and then they dance the way down Broadway, but I cannot tell you when. There's no telling when I'll be back again. There's no telling when I'll be back again. All right. Hey, how about that? Is anybody watching? Folks, welcome back to the fold. Executive producer Ryan San Angelo, who's just off camera here. He's mere moments away from soaking his slacks in ice cold schooner lager, just for old time's sake. Ben Chenzi is manning the space shuttle over there, making all the cameras twist about, and Lil Thomas is downstairs putting lipstick on the pig that is Adam Baldwin's singing voice. It's nice to be back doing this again, I guess. You know, what do you do? Here we are. I'm fine. How are you? You good? Probably since we last hung out over the World Wide Web, our friend here, Ryan, his brother and his brother's wife have had a child, and they named the child after our beloved executive producer. The young fella's name is Ryan, and he is adorable. And I desperately need this goddamned virus to go away so that I can squeeze the bejesus out of the little fella. I've come to learn that the youngster suffers from a bit of an affliction where he can't go to sleep unless he hears my particular rendition of Moon River. And I know what it's like when your child takes a fancy to just one thing, because you have to listen to it literally thousands of times. And it's difficult. It really takes the joy out of out of music. So anyway, I'm going to try to sing young Ryan to sleep here this evening. This is Moon River for the little guy. Wider than a mile, I'm crossing you in style someday. You dream maker, heartbreaker, wherever you're going, I'm going your way. There's too to see the world. There's such a lot of world to see. We're after the same rainbows and up around the bend, my huckleberry friend. Moon River, you dream maker, heartbreaker, wherever you're going, I'm going your way. There's two drifters off to see the world. There's such a lot of world to see. We're after the same rainbows and up around the bend, my huckleberry friend. Moon River, out. Actually, Ryan is asleep now, my executive producer. We've knocked him unconscious, so. Cheers, gang. What fun. I don't know, man. I was driving into town tonight, and I was feeling sorry for myself and for all of us, and there's a lot of this that really sucks. And I didn't expect to be doing this again, and I didn't really want to do it again, but I don't know, as soon as I walked in the door of the studio here, and with Ryan and Ben and Lil were here, we were telling the same stupid jokes we started telling each other a year and a half ago, and I don't know, it is fun. I don't know how I have fun sitting in this empty room by myself, but I do. I enjoy it, and I appreciate you all flicking on the old YouTube box there. It's I don't know. It's nice. It's better than. I'd rather be doing it than not doing it, I guess. What do we got here? All right. This is a Tom Petty number. In the middle of his life, he left his wife. He ran off to be bad. Boy, it was sad. So he bought a new car, found a new bar, and under another name created a whole new game. And the days went by like paper in the wind. Everything had changed, and then changed again. It's hard to find a friend hard to find a friend. Meanwhile then, his wife's boyfriend moved in, took over the house. Everybody was quiet as a mouse. And they changed their lives, they changed their plans. Slowly they grew apart. Boy, would have broke your heart. And the days went by like paper in the wind. Everything changed and then changed again. It's hard to find a friend, hard to find a friend. And the days went by like paper in the wind. Everything it changed and then it changed again. It's hard to find a friend, hard to find a friend. And the days went by like paper in the wind. Everything changed and then changed again. It's hard to find a friend, hard to find a friend. Far out. Thank you. So I guess back in November I had a handful of shows that I was obviously, I guess, fortunate to be able to squeeze in before everything kind of went to hell again. But for about a decade, I've been trying to find one of these guitars that I'm holding in my hand. This is a 1964 Gibson B45 12-string, and I played. Joel Plaskett has one. I don't know what year it is, but he has one, and it's a beautiful instrument. And since I laid hands on it, I wanted to get one. And anyway, I found this on the interweb, and I asked my management if I could have some money to pay for it, and they said, "Well, here's the deal, bud. You can buy that guitar, or you can have Ryan Stanley come along with you for these shows you got coming up. You can't have both." And so I hummed and hawed, and then I called Ryan. I was like, "Listen, bud, I'm really sorry, but I got to pull the shoot on. I got to go it alone because there's this hunk of wood I want to buy." So he was cool about it because he's the coolest guy on the planet. So I got the guitar, and it showed up. It came in the mail the day before my shows were to start, and so I was pumped. I didn't expect to be able to take it on the road with me. And I get to my first sound check, and I plug the thing in, and it doesn't work. So I just had a very expensive set piece sitting on the stage with me for the week I was on the road instead of the very best guitar player that I've ever met. Well, lesson learned. Anyway, sounds like this thing's up and running, so I'm excited to take it for a rip. I just hoped that maybe somebody could be in the room to hear it at some point. One of these days. Take my hand now, steady, when you're good and ready. Baby, mind your footing, my terrain is deadly. I can see my city falling while it goes on dancing, and I'm down here crawling. He spends the night enchanting. Well, there's a man in my skin. He sleeps in my thoughts. He fights with my fist. He'd like to see me fuck off. I've been waiting for you, and I've been bracing for you. The dark beside the dawn, I hold you till it's gone. If I could save it for you, then I'd embrace it for you. The dark beside the dawn, it goes on and on and on. I got this contagion, it's parasitic. Now baby, run when I run, 'cause I'm afraid he's winning. There's been a hostile conquer, there's been a cold injection. You better run for cover, it's for your own protection. I've been waiting for you, and I've been bracing for you. The dark beside the dawn, I hold you till it's gone. If I could save it for you, then I'd embrace it for you. The dark beside the dawn, it goes on and on and on and on and on. Oh. And then Stanley's like, I've been waiting for you, and I've been bracing for you. The dark beside the dawn, I hold you till it's gone. If I could save it for you, and I'd embrace it for you. The dark beside the dawn, it goes on and 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 on. On and 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 on. I'll keep it. What's the buzz over there? Is it? Are you just saying that? Anybody being rude on the chat thread? Great, great to hear. Hey, that's tremendous. Hi, Jesse, Quinn, Dahlia, my darlings. Oh, what did I? Dahlia, sweetheart, I don't think I can play There She Goes. because I forgot to figure it out on guitar, honey. I'll get you next time. Good thing I got 12 strings to tune between songs. This is fun. Ratings just skyrocketing here, right? Views are just going through the roof. Okay. Oh, if my heart were made of glass, it would have broken fast. Were you around? I wish I did not love you past the prairies flat and barren towns. So I wrote your name across my arm, and in the dark I could hate you more. But every night it fades away as if to take me back to before. And I don't have any money for your late night calls. I don't have any answers, but I know that you got them all. So Daisy, won't you pick it up? I'm on the dark side of the phone. The toughest pill I swallow is you don't love me anymore. You don't love me anymore. All this discontent, my face lamenting, covered by a painted mask. Please just go and disappear away from here, that's all I'll ask. 'Cause I don't have any money for your late night call. I don't have any answers, but I know that you got them all. So Daisy, won't you pick it up? I'm on the dark side of the phone. The toughest pill I swallow is you don't love me anymore. You don't love me anymore. My heart were made of stone, I would leave you alone as fast as a shot. Your love is like a bullet, it's cold and it's solid and without a thought. I don't have any money for your late night calls. I don't have any answers, but I know that you got them all. So Daisy, won't you pick it up? I'm on the dark side of the phone. And you and I, we were better, but you don't love me anymore. You don't love me anymore. She don't love me, love me, love me anymore. She don't love me, love me, love me anymore. She don't love me, love me, love me anymore. She don't love me, love me, love me anymore. What's so funny over there?
Daniel Harper's requesting longer.
Oh, of course he is.
Where's Mel?
So I feel like now's as good a time as any, since I need 45 minutes to tune this guitar. For those of you who tune in and wonder what in the hell long arm is, Basically, it's my goofball friends who are requesting a song I haven't played in 15 years that I wrote a long time ago when I played in a band called Gloryhound and the Skyhawks. I think, though, I know at least one person. I'm pretty sure my manager Melanie. She wasn't aware of this song, and she had no reason to be. But I'm pretty sure that she thought it was some sort of a phallic thing, right? And so anytime my dear old friends would write the word long arm, she would ban them from the from the chat room because she thought they were being disgusting. I just want to clarify to those of you that these are my dearest old friends who I love dearly, but they're picking on me, and I promise you it's got nothing to do with the male reproductive anatomy. It's just a stupid song I wrote a long time ago. About an altercation I had with some military police officers at the Halifax shipyard. The long arm of the law, of course, right? Just a real piece of garbage of a song. That said, I bet you it's one of the only songs that I've composed over many years that you can probably find on Spotify or Apple Music right now, because for some goddamn reason, my life's work is missing from the only real revenue stream that the music business has to offer at the moment. So, boy, that's hard to see. That's hard to take. I don't know what has gone awry, folks, but I appreciate you bringing it to our attention. But I digress. Speaking about all my old buds, the song's about a gas station, a service station out in Fall River where I grew up. And boy, howdy, if there's anybody out there that runs or owns a gas station, could you just bring back that full serve, boys? We're already paying an arm and a leg for fuel. I would happily pay the extra dough to have somebody come out and pump my gas again for old time's sake. And that doesn't sound right. It's called Gerald Burgess Racetrack, full serve, auto body. I'm a jockey at the gas bar on highway number 2. I've been working here since I was 17. Get your newspaper and lotto while your tires get a rotation. Gerald Burgess Racetrack, full serve service station. Now Gordy, Snow, and Stewie, they stop by every morning to shoot the breeze before they start the day. I don't know what brings them in here. It ain't my pot of coffee at Gerald Burgess Racetrack, full serve auto body. At Gerald Burgess Racetrack, full serve auto body. Now good things, buddy, don't come cheap, and cheap things don't come good. Jerry's boys will cure whatever's ailing you underneath your hood. Now there's another shop around the way, but the work they do is shoddy. Go down to Gerald Burgess Racetrack, full serve auto body. It's It's getting close to quitting time. She pulls in for some unleaded. I said, I get out of here in 45. She says, babe, I'm in no hurry. I'm nothing if not patient. We'll stay in bed tomorrow. We can take a day's vacation. We'll get about the oil change and all that engine maintenance at Gerald Burgess racetrack. We'll serve service station. 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 Thank you. Matt? Wait, Matt's in the chat? Matt's in the chat? He's back. Matt's back in the chat. Welcome back to the chat, Matt. Oh, my Lord. Miss you, bud.
He said, bring her back, Gerald.
Come on back, Gerald. I'm sure you all, I've known Matt for about 15 years, and we have been through thick and thin. He really is like my big brother. I love him so very, very much. And the trajectory that our lives have both taken, it's hard to believe that I have 2 kids. But even more fascinating to me, I think, is that Matt has a goddamn farm with alpacas running around on it. And he posts these things on Instagram with those creatures, and it looks like an acid trip. I cannot believe that he has that property with those things on it. It's so cool. But I'm sure if somebody told us that this would be happening to either of us 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 years ago, they'd have been committed. But here we are. What am I playing? Oh yeah, this is I don't know if I've played this anywhere before. It's called A Bit Much. Whoops. She looked like the sure thing. She just said, you poor thing, get your ass out the cold. You're getting much too old. She put up her red hair, stood with her back bare. I can't say what it was. I won't say we weren't in love, but nothing like it lasts too long. I won't say we're too far gone, but if you look at the two of us, there's an ocean so blue for us. I won't kick up a big fuss, but I find it a bit much. I can't find the words yet. It's like we parlayed our bad bets into something much worse. Should have snapped shut the goddamn purse. Just a couple of young fools playing the house rules without knowing the game, without nobody else to blame. Good luck can only last so long. Safe to say that our luck is gone, but would you look at the two of us? There's an ocean so blue through us. I won't kick up a big fuss, but I find it a bit much. Well, I'm down in the ditch, all right. And I've been pitching a fit all night. I'm finding it hard, I said, to be lost and discarded. Let's forget the whole thing. Take back this old thing. This less is more thing. Ain't any less than this sure thing, would you? Look at the two of us. There's an ocean so blue through us. I won't kick up a big fuss, but I find it a bit much. I ain't one to spit and cuss. I know it hurts like a bitch, but I ain't gonna kick dust. You know I find it a bit much. Hey, thanks. What time are we at?
9:42.
Yeah, okay, cool. I'm gonna play one more here and then have our we'll take a union mandated cigarette break. Quick, what do you got the timer set for? 5? 10? 7? Let's say 8. I'll be a few minutes. Oh boy, yeah. Prince Edward Island and the East Coast, and this country and this planet recently lost a very bright light in. Relatively speaking, it's a small music community out here. Everybody seems to know each other. Cody Chason of the band the East Pointers from Prince Edward Island passed away a couple days ago, and it was stunning to everybody out here. I personally didn't know Cody well, but I was certainly a fan of his work and the band's work. It was always such a pleasure to cross paths with those fellas. The immense talent that is harbored inside of those three souls. It was such an amazing pleasure to see, and his passing is devastating. And I don't have the words really any further than that, except that a lot of us out here are aching, and we're all sending love to Cody's family and bandmates and friends and loved ones. And the last month or a couple months, he raised a few $1,000s to donate to the Unison Benevolent Fund, and so it seems to me that was a cause that was important to him. And so tonight, and nobody's obligated to buy anything from me ever. Y'all know the rules here, but there's a couple things up for sale on my Bandcamp, and if you're so inclined to throw down a few bucks with the tip option on there, then I'm happily gonna send all that money to the Unison Benevolent Fund in Cody's name. Just a terrible tragedy, and we're all going to miss him dearly. A really bright light has just been extinguished out here, and there's very few of them, and he was one of the real bright ones, and I'm very sorry for his loss. So anyway, long live Cody Chason. This goddamn song after all that. Oh, where to begin? Oh, where to begin? Maybe when I was sick. Oh, I know, I'm playing the wrong key. There it is. Where to begin? Maybe when I was 16 and I was half the man that my daddy had been. So I bought a guitar, I drove around in my mama's old car, and I dreamed of being a rock and roll star. We had the highest of hopes, we had the highest of hopes, but our backs on the ropes. I gotta play downtown, I got a show with the Glory Hound. We get $60 just for fucking around. There was nobody there, begin to think that nobody cared, so we drank and drug till we nearly were dead. We had the highest of hopes, we had the highest of hopes, but our backs on the ropes. Now a few years ahead, I make some money in a rock and roll band, and drank and drug till we nearly were dead. I fall in love every night, like yesterday we're all past aside. We go on pretending like everything is right. We got the highest of hopes, we got the highest of hopes, but our backs on the ropes. We got the highest of hopes, we got the highest of hopes, but our backs on the ropes. I'm 25 years old, I left my wife and my son back at home, and I blew the smoke out of Toronto. We got the highest of hopes. We had the highest of hopes, but our backs on the ropes. We got the highest of hopes, oh, but our backs on the ropes. We got the highest of hopes. We got the highest of hopes. Thanks, buds. We'll see you in a couple minutes. Let's call it 10, but we'll call it 10. Thank you. We'll see you in a minute. Thank you for being a friend. Driving down the road and back again. Your heart is true, you're a pal and a confidant. And if you threw a party and invited everyone you knew, you would see the biggest gift would be from me, and the card attached would say, thank you for being a friend. Thank you for being a friend. Driving down the road and back again. Your heart is true, you're a pal and a confidant. And if you threw a party and invited everyone you knew, well, you would see the biggest gift would be from me, and the card attached would say, thank you for being a friend. There it is, gang. I was talking about this the other night with some buds. The last tour, like serious tour we went on with Maze, the end of 2019. I brought all my Golden Girls DVDs with me, and after the show or when I was going to sleep, I'd fall asleep in the back lounge of the bus we were on, and with a Golden Girls DVD on, and you know, when all the episodes play, it goes back to the main menu, and I would fall asleep, and the main menu on the Golden Girls DVD was just that song playing over and over and over and over and over again. And for weeks, I just had dreams about the Golden Girls. It was just every night when I slept, that was pounding into my ears all night. I think Serge got a video of me snoring and that song going on. Anyway, there's the worst dreams to have. Let's see here. Here's a sad little number I wrote about a mine collapse. I get really bummed out this time of year. Every year, January always kicks me in the ass. It's like you know, I don't know. I think they call it seasonal depression or whatever. And I just start firing food into me and eating all my feelings, and I don't sleep well. And this particular number doesn't help with that at all. I think I wrote this in the middle of January of 2020. But it's one I write a lot of sad shit. But this one's real dark. You know, it's about a mine collapse, which is obviously, you know, it's nothing to celebrate. And on top of it, as if that's not sad enough, it's also a song about a guy's wife cheating on him with his own brother. If you aren't in the depths of despair yet, check this out. My name is Arthur and I live in Spring Hill. I do my work in underground. I got a wife and I got a brother. I know they're messing around. I know they're messing around. I've been crawling down number 2 called Raitt for 13 years now in July. I catch my first breath in the evening, and I get home before the light. I'm asleep before the light. Brother Davy, he works the day shift. He's got a house across the road. My wife Annie, she stands in the window to see me off and see him home. To see me off and see him home. We've saved our money to buy a small place. We got a baby coming home. But I went to the racetrack in Port Elgin. We had some money, now it's gone. We had some money, now it's gone. It's all gone. Yesterday, the walls they fell in, and I ain't coming out alive. The more I'm thinking, I ain't seen daylight since 1945. Since 1945. You tell Davy I noticed Annie, she's been carrying down low. You tell that young boy nothing of his daddy, and you raise him as your own. Yeah, you raise him as your own. Tell my Annie that I ain't angry, and whatever fate she may allow, she'll see for certain that I'm the last of us to take a breath down underground. To take a breath down underground. Thanks. What are we looking at over there, Ryan? Like poop emojis? The dancing ladies with the red dresses? Any of those? No, not a one. Damn it. What? Claps and hearts? Claps and hearts. Okay, I'll take claps and hearts. take those any day of the week. It's a song about a drug ring. I got an Uncle Huey, he's got a boat down in Manitou. And when I lost my job at Devco, he says if I got a job for you, I put my faith into no one. Got no time for the government, since they ripped up my house in Lewisburg and stuck her down on some blocks of cement. I heard there's a boat coming up from America with caskets filled with cocaine. There's a gold mine out on the ocean and a lighthouse in Little Lorraine. There's a lighthouse in Little Lorraine. We took his boat off the coast of Bateston, just out of sight of the shore. Me and my cousin and a Frenchman I never laid eyes on before. Met a boat that had come up from Boston, started heaving boxes overboard. We handed them a big bag of money. We were back in the harbor round 4. Singing there's a boat coming up from America with caskets filled with cocaine. There's a gold mine out on that ocean and a lighthouse in Little Lorraine. There's a lighthouse in Little Lorraine. We'd be met there by 7 morticians, loaded the boxes into their hearse. We'd set off with $8,000, laughing about what we'd spend it on first. Frenchman tells me his name is Thibault, that he grew up in Ilmadam. We could all go down the church hall on a Saturday and get drunker than hell at the dance. One night Thibault got fired up on that moonshine, tried to beat up a Catholic priest. We got thrown out on our ass behind that church hall. We spent the night with the mounted police. We went on working for weeks every Sunday, till Huey says we gotta slow her down. Someone's been singing like a jailbird, and it brought all the Mounties to town. They heard there's a boat coming up from America, heard about the caskets filled with cocaine. There's a gold mine out on the ocean and a lighthouse in Little Lorraine. There's a lighthouse in Little Lorraine. Calls us all down to the docks that night, and he hustled us out to the sea. He shut off the engines and the floodlights, and he pointed a shotgun at me. I said, Huey, I ain't the one who's been singing. Must be that Frenchman from Ilmadam. He He said that's just what a turncoat would tell me. Least you can do is to die like a man. It's funny they could not be bothered with a casket, but what use is it now to complain? There's a graveyard out on the ocean and a lighthouse in Little Lorraine. And as the buckshot it entered my brain, I saw the lighthouse in Little Lorraine. There's a lighthouse in Little Lorraine. All right, thank you. This one's it's for my gang out at the Porter's Lake pub. It's a song about Seaforth. They call me Danny Fingers. How I got that name is the source of some contention, so let me set it all straight. I set out for vindication for my brother's lost soul after a dark and dirty betrayal on the Causeway Road. I started fishing with my daddy back in '73. We made enough from our quota, we could start a little fleet. Heard Ronnie got an old Cape Island that'll sell for a steal. It's 30 foot with a Detroit diesel and a hell of a keel. So we bought a boat for my brother and his own tag too. We built the traps with my daddy like my daddy used to do. And goddamn, on the first day of fishing, not a mile from his home, my brother took an ungodly load of water. Every seam on the hole let go was a dark and dirty betrayal on the Causeway Road. Another dark and dirty betrayal on the Causeway Road. Well, my mama's still crying. My daddy took to the drink. Me, I just got angry with all the time to think. Ronnie's gonna have to meet his own maker. I'm gonna go it alone. How's my brother supposed to get himself to heaven when we never did find his bones? I got some old booze bottles loaded with kerosene, stuffed rags down the necks of them, and grabbed some TNT. And then I drank up the courage, grabbed my Navy cut smokes to avenge the dirty betrayal on the Causeway Road. That dark and dirty betrayal on the Causeway Road. And tied my boat from a mooring, lit up a cigarette, came on the gas a little heavy, and I slipped on the deck. Well, as God is my witness, I never will forget that smell. My cigarette caught a bottle, brought on a fury of hell. Floated through 3 Fathom Harbor, round the reserve and the wedge. The tide spit me out in the morning, on the other side of Rudy's head. How long I was out for, buddy, it's hard to know. I'll tell you one thing for certain, I blew off my fingers and my toes. It was a dark and dirty betrayal on the Causeway Road. A dark and dirty betrayal on the Causeway Road. God damn. La 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 la. La 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 la. La 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 la. La 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 la. La la la. Well, her keel's still sitting in the seaside sands. I had to give up fishing on account of my hands. Well, if you're looking for a lesson when it comes to revenge, you better leave it to the ocean. She's gonna win in the end with a dark and dirty betrayal on the Causeway Road. A dark and dirty betrayal on the Causeway Road. Beware of the dark and dirty betrayal on the Causeway Road. Just another dark and dirty betrayal on the Causeway Road. Shucks, thanks. I don't know.
I'm having a blast.
Ryan's having a blast, folks, and he's still dry as a bone for now. I don't know, we got another 20 minutes or so. Still time. Oh, what have I got here now? Well, I'm gonna head back to the piano, bud. Sorry. Oh, my baby, baby, why you making me bleed? Won't you show me some mercy, let me off of my knees? I'll take 20 years to right my wrong. Just don't keep me from my love and oh. Oh, my baby, baby, why you walking away? Won't you tell me, honey, what you want me to say? She wanna find some other company. She said she just can't stand the sight of me. Oh, and when it hits the skids, hearts break and the money talks. It is just what it is. They call it love on the rocks. So I sit by the phone and I'm waiting to hear that beautiful voice that I made disappear. And when the moment arrives, it was painfully clear. All the words she spoke had to pass through her tears. Oh, and when it hits the skiers, all you losers, you take the walk. It is just what it is. They call it love on the rocks. I said when it hits the skiers, hearts break and the money talks. It's kids just being kids. They call it love on the rocks. No, my baby got her heart set free. Said she locked it up tight with the likes of me. I can't believe what she said. She's gone and she's found. Got a man gonna turn all the luck around and around and around and around and around, around and around and around and around, around and around and around and around, around and around and around. Oh, and when it hits the skiers, all you losers, you take a walk. Man, it is just what it is. They call it love on the rocks. I said when it hits the skiers, hearts break and the money talks. It's kids being kids. They call it love on the rocks. They call it love on the rocks. I said when it hits the skids, all you losers, you take a walk. It is just what it is. They call it love on the rocks. I said love on the rocks. I said it's love on the rocks. Lovely, thank you. What are you grinning about?
Just dancing.
Right. That was a cry for help for me. What, claps and hearts aren't good enough? What's the problem with me? Come on, Baldwin, pull it together, man. Clap and heart emojis should be enough for any of us to get through the day. And here I am asking for dancing ladies in a red dress? What are we talking about? This is getting old. I'm I'm so glad that, I don't know, Ryan's telling me there's people watching. I'm happy to be able to do this. But boy, howdy. I'd do anything to be in like the Dakota Tavern, just stuffed to the gills right now with I don't know. I just want to see Aaron Goldstein playing guitar in Toronto, drinking Labatt 50s, and anyways, listen, we're not there yet. We'll get there, all in good time. Isn't that what they say? Anyway, here's this. Oh, I'm moving out of town with my wife and my child. We got a little dog, Willie, and a record pile. Got a nice little kitchen and a fireplace right beside the post office and a little cafe. Oh, my best friend Matty moving down the road to the old schoolhouse down on Octolone. Says he'll buy me a drink and he'll save me a stool. Play the shitty jukebox at the beverage room. Well, you'll all be coming the very next day. I got a couple of records, I got a couple of tapes. I got blood on the tracks and time fades away. But I only wanna listen to Miss Bonnie Raitt. Says I got a couple records and a couple of tapes. But I only wanna listen to Miss Bonnie Raitt. Say I got a couple records and a couple of tapes. Tapes. Whoa, oh, oh. But I only wanna listen to Miss Bonnie Raitt. There it is. What's the chatter, Ryan?
Just tons of requests for new slang. It's actually insane. My phone's blowing up.
I smell bullshit. I can't do that. I always mess it up and I'll embarrass myself. I'm going to stick to the plan if that's okay, Ryan. Actually... Head full of crazy and a belly full of Tanqueray. Oh, I'm flying down a highway trying to make a getaway, 'cause I held up a station for cigarettes and money on Highway 203. Now I'm up ahead of every cop in Shelburne County. Oh, good gracious me. Oh, good gracious me. Red and blue lights, closer than they might appear. Oh, I'd sooner meet the devil than have a judge give me 20 years. A young fella came a-firing from behind the counter, a Winchester 33. I was aiming for his shoulder, but I caught him in the belly. Oh, good gracious me. Oh, good gracious me. Well, you win some, you lose some, but it's a hand of fate. Thought that I was holding aces, but the minis, they were holding us straight. They tossed out the spikes and they gutted my wheels, rolled my pickup right into the sea. Why'd I have to buy a crooked Smith & Wesson? Oh, good gracious me. Oh, good gracious me. Oh, good gracious me. Oh, good gracious me. Oh, good gracious. Oh, good gracious. Oh, good gracious. Cheers, gang. I hope you're all having fun. I don't know. This is as strange as ever. I'm happy you're here or wherever you are. I hope you're keeping safe and being kind to each other. And you know, my buddy, I got a friend of mine messaged me earlier tonight, and he was worried I was going to go on some sort of a political rant this evening, but that's not my place. I don't want to talk about any of this bullshit that's going on outside of this studio right now, truthfully. So I hope you've all enjoyed yourself. I hope you were able to check out for the evening and enjoy somebody's company. Yeah, I'll do a couple more and ride off into the sunset here. Let me think here. She came up the stairs like I wished her there, like a vision from a dream. She sat in her chair and she twirled her hair. I hope that she's making eyes at me. We were dancing, we were floating, like the smoke we were smoking. There was nothing to be spoken, just the smoke we were smoking. Some wind somewhere you might have been, or we can sleep under the stars. Buy a Chevrolet and some records we can play, and I will sell all my guitars, and we can take our love any place, my love. Or we can make our love until we shake, my love, and all the days in between. Anywhere you wanna go, all that remains to be seen. Honey, I can love you with my eyes closed. I skipped a verse and I can't remember it. Oh, this is so awful. Did I skip? I must have skipped one. Oh, this is the worst feeling ever. Anyway, now we're breaking out. Yeah, we're breaking out. Yeah, we're breaking out. We're breaking out. We're breaking out. Oh, we're escaping now. And anywhere you wanna go. Anywhere Honey, I can love you with my eyes closed. 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 Sorry about that. I feel like I missed something. No? Well, either way, I sure botched that one. That is not how it goes. Oh, brother. Thanks again, Lil Thomas downstairs, Ben Chenzi, and of course my esteemed colleague and dear, dear friend, Ryan Matthew Santangelo, for executive producing this program week in, week out. Thanks for hanging out, gang. We'll, I don't know, I got a sneaking suspicion I'll be back next week, but I got to talk that over with some people, so stay tuned. It's a song about my favorite radio station and my favorite broadcaster of all time, the late, great Wayne Harrett. It's called The Voice of the Eastern Passage. I'm listening again to the cease. Oh, damn. Oh, it was the right spot. I'm so sorry. I'm out of practice. Here it comes. Well, I'm listening again to the Seaside FM where the songs roll straight off the waves. 2,500 watts, all going out hot to the back roads and lonely highways. From Roseland on back into Port Halifax, back cove to St. Margaret's Bay. Playing yesterday's hits and your old favorites, your concertos and your serenades. I'll not be alone while he's rolling me home, just as long as my radio catches 105.9 on your FM dial. He's the voice of the Eastern Passage. He's the voice of the Eastern Passage. Now Kay's on the line from the show and the shine, make some bucks for branch 164. It's a fine Legion Hall, come one and come all, and stay tuned for your weather report. I'll not be alone while he's rolling me home, just as long as my radio catches 105.9 on your FM dial. He's the voice of the Eastern Passage. He's the voice of the Eastern Passage. Now I'm listening again to the Seaside FM where the songs roll straight off the waves. And later this hour, off your radio tower comes the voice of the Eastern Passage. I'll not be alone while he's rolling me home, just as long as my radio catches 105.9 on your FM dial. He's the voice of the Eastern Passage. From the moment my driver door latches. Just as long as my radio catches, he's the voice of the Eastern Passage. There's the voice of the Eastern Passage. All right, thank y'all. Thanks everybody very much. It's nice to see you, be with you again. Take care of each other. Tip your bartender. We'll see you real soon, I'm sure. Peace and love. Good night.